What's going on, guys? Welcome to this last YouTube video in the macro mini series. So in this video we're going to discuss, now that we have our calories, how do we break those calories down into macros, okay? So if you're watching this video, I highly recommend that you watch the video before this. So the link is in the description, or just go to the last video that I posted. I highly recommend that you watch that because this video will make more sense once you've watched the previous video, okay? If you watched the previous video, you know that we calculated my calories, okay, to maintain, and we got 2,991 calories. So I would need to consume that amount of calories just to maintain my weight, okay? So just for the purpose of this video, we are going to round it up to 3,000 just to make it a little easier. Okay, so let's say that 3,000 calories is the amount that I need to consume a day just to maintain my weight, okay? And now in the previous video we talked about if you want to bulk up, okay, if you want to add muscle mass, you want to increase that number by 300 calories, okay? Again, if you want to cut, I recommend cutting by 300. And again, if you're not losing the weight or gaining the weight as much as you want to, increase it by 100 or so. And then, again, after a couple of weeks, if you're still not happy, increase it or decrease it another 100. How to calculate your macros, okay? So super simple. The first thing we're gonna do is calculate how much protein we need and how many calories contain that, okay? So a good rule of thumb, and there is a lot of research that kind of conflicts. Some people say 0.8, 1 gram. I know that there's a lot of information out there, but I just recommend 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So I weigh 178 pounds. So this is the amount of protein that I'm going to get, 178 grams of protein per day. Now, we know that, like we said in the previous video, a gram of protein has 4 calories, okay? So we're going to multiply this number by 4, okay? And it's going to give us 712 calories, okay? So that is the amount of calories I'm going to get from protein. So the next step we want to calculate is our fat, okay? And the reason we calculate the protein and fat is because they're essential macronutrients, okay? We need them. I don't understand how people will go on like a no-fat diet. That's terrible, really bad for you. You can go on a low-fat diet, but even then you don't want to go for too long, okay? You want to keep, fat doesn't make you fat, okay? It's calories, excess calories make you gain weight. So the next thing we're going to do is calculate our fat, okay? So what you want to do is you want to multiply your body weight by 0.4, okay? So again, we're going to multiply 178, which is my body weight, times 0.4, okay? 71.2, okay? So 71.2, we're just going to call it 71 for this video, okay? All right. So this is the amount of grams of fat that I'm going to eat per day, okay? So I'm going to have 71 grams of fat, okay? So we already have our protein and our fat. So we're getting 178 grams of protein a day, and we're getting 71 grams of fat. Okay, so now what we need to do is calculate the last macronutrient, which is carbohydrate. So the way we do this is we are going to, and I know it kind of gets complicated, but we need to multiply the grams of fat that we came up with, 71, we need to multiply that by 9. So remember, fat has 9 grams of protein, okay? Carbohydrates and protein have 4, fat have 9. So if we multiply this, we get 639, okay? So that is the amount of calories that I'm going to eat from fat. So we know the amount of calories from protein and the amount of calories from fat, okay? So you need to add these two together. So once you've added those two together, I got 1,324. Now I know there's a lot of information here and it's kind of hard to keep up, but it's really simple, okay? All you're going to do, again, 1 gram per pound of body weight for protein, okay? Multiply that by 4, which is what we did, and then you're going to multiply your body weight for the fat times 0.4, okay? And then you get the grams that you're going to eat from fat, okay? Then you multiply the grams that you get by 9, which is the amount of calories in a gram of fat, and you get the amount of calories from fat, okay? So you add the protein and the fat, and this is what we get, okay? 1,324, okay? So now what you want to do is, with the original number that we came up with for your calories, you're going to subtract this from this number, okay? So 3,000, we're going to do 3,000 minus 1,324 is going to be 1,676, okay? Now this is the amount of calories that I have left. So what we're going to do, super simple, we divide this number by 4. So if we divide this by 4, it gives us 419, which is the amount of carbs that I need to consume a day. So that would be, so my macros would look like 178 grams of protein per day, 71 grams of fat, and 419 grams of carbohydrate, just to maintain my weight, okay? Because again, 3,000 was the number that we came up with. And that is it. You've calculated your macros. Nothing too crazy, quite simple, okay? And again, just remember, this is just a general guideline. You can modify your macros week by week if you feel that you're not making the progress that you desire or want to. So let's say that this number is for my bulk, okay? And I feel like I'm not gaining, you know, that 1 pound every 2 weeks that I want to gain. I would increase my calories a little bit. So I would maybe add, you know, a couple more grams of fat, couple more grams of protein, couple more grams of carbohydrates to increase the calories, okay? And this isn't an exact science. You have to remember that this is just a general guideline. You don't have to hit your macros like on the T every single day. You know, going maybe a little under on protein one day, a little over on carbs is not going to make or break you, okay? Too many people let these numbers control their lives, okay? Just, you got to enjoy the process, and you got to remember to live, okay? We've got a life to live, you got to enjoy it. But again, I hope this mini-series helped. I hope the video was clear. Again, I'm going to break this down in the description, so all these numbers will be down there to clarify it for you if you need to see it in writing. And that is going to conclude the mini-series. Once again, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you haven't already. Links in the description. Anyway, till next time everybody, stay dedicated. Bye-bye.